Welcome to Where's the Remote's Star Wars video on Disney, showing no Super Bowl 2019 Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. If any of you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and drop a like down below if you've enjoyed this video. So the Super Bowl has finished and Disney released two new trailers on this occasion. One trailer was for Avengers Endgame, which arrives in April this year, and another one was for Captain Marvel, which also arrives this year. But not a single piece of footage was released for Star Wars Episode 9. So now, why was no trailer disappointing? So me personally, and I hope that some of you guys agree too, is that we are itching to see some new Star Wars content. The last Star Wars film we got was Solo, which was a box office flop. A lot of people who went to see it said that they enjoyed it and said it was a great film, which is good. But the issue with Solo was that no one went to see it. It made 61% less box office revenue than Rogue One, the previous Star Wars spin-off movie. And it apparently was the first Star Wars movie ever to actually lose Lucasfilm money, which is insane. No Star Wars movie ever should ever be costing Lucasfilm any money. So that just says a lot. I'm also actually for the first time in a while, I'm actually genuinely excited for a new Star Wars movie. I'm still a little bit skeptical because just the way that the franchise is being treated at the moment. But I have more expectations for a Star Wars movie directed by J.J. Abrams than one directed by Rian Johnson. Episode 8 is still being talked about today, 13 months on, in fact 14 months since it was released, it's still being talked about today. The one movie that managed to completely separate and divide the Star Wars fan base, and it's still talked about even today. Now let's go on to what actually happened at the Super Bowl. So we got the Avengers Endgame trailer, which arrived during the Super Bowl. So Disney had 3 slots originally, but they only filled 2. Each slot cost them over $5 million each for the slot, but they only filled those 2 slots for Marvel films. The third slot people were hoping would be for a Star Wars film, but that wasn't the case and it was missed. But the Avengers Endgame trailer that arrived on the Super Bowl, even though it was only 30 seconds, it was an awesome teaser trailer. Oh, it was a TV spot really, but it was awesome. There's a lot of hype and there's a lot of demand and there's a lot of anticipation for Avengers 4. And that's not to say that there isn't similar expectation for Star Wars Episode 9. A heavy share of the audience demographic for Star Wars is from the US, where the Super Bowl was being aired, and missing out on an opportunity like this and not having a trailer ready, or not releasing a trailer for an opportunity like this where you're going to be exposed to the majority of your audience demographic, it was, in my opinion, a hugely wasted opportunity. I mean, Star Wars is the type of franchise that can create its own demand, but you should never miss out on a growth opportunity, especially for Lucasfilm, especially with the current state that the franchise is in. The next point is that no one actually officially knows anything about Star Wars Episode 9, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But we want to learn more, we want to know more, we want to know what's going to happen to the final installment of the sequel saga. We want to know how Rey's story is going to end, I want to know what Finn's story is going to end, I want to know what's going on with Lando, with the Millennium Falcon, with the Resistance. I want to know what's going to happen and how this sequel is going to end. But right now we've got nothing but fan theories and predictions and theorists talking about what they think is going to happen, but nothing official actually coming from Disney. There are a couple of hints that we've got from, Adam Driver, the actor himself, who said that he's always known how Kylo Ren's story is going to end. But in terms of anything official of what's actually going to be happening in Episode 9, we don't really know anything. Which is why a TV spot trailer for the Super Bowl would have been even more exciting. But this time around, that wasn't the case. The other factor that we have to talk about as well is the reported decline in Star Wars merchandise. Disney released a financial update earlier in January, which is talking about the sales of their total revenue and the sales for each franchise. And Star Wars was actually seeing a decline. They reported that they were seeing a decline in Star Wars revenue, in particularly to do with the merchandising. And for me, when I know that a company is in financial decline and it's to do with the branding and to do with the merchandising, there's no better way to really solve this than to review your product, review your brand, and start to do better marketing. Which is again why that the Super Bowl would have been a great occasion for this. There's going to be millions of people watching this in America, if not billions of people watching. it's a great opportunity to create new buzz for a new Star Wars movie, which you can evidently sell merchandising off the back of. But the films weren't, but the right things just weren't put in place at that time to help with that. Which again ties back into this being a missed opportunity, because because I'm pretty sure that it would have helped with the current decline that we're seeing that Disney is seeing in Star Wars revenue and Star Wars merchandise. But I'm hoping that Disney happens to have another trick up their sleeve to kind of reverse this overall negative trend in Star Wars revenue, because I don't want to see my franchise die. Star Wars is a beloved franchise to me. It's one of the first franchises that I grew up on as a kid. I grew up watching the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and now watching the sequels. So I don't want to see this franchise die. I want to see this franchise grow and continue to grow and continue to flourish. Which is why when I see wasted opportunities like this, it slightly frustrates me. But it looks like we're going to be getting our first reveal trailer for episode 9 in April. The previous films, The Last Jedi and Rogue One, their first trailers all arrived in April, the same year or the year before that the movies were supposed to be arriving. So I expect that this is going to be the exact same occurrence for Star Wars Episode 9. There's also a Star Wars Celebration, which is coming up in April as well. So it makes sense for them to release a trailer whereabouts then. If the Star Wars Celebration was in Europe, I very much would have liked to have gone, but because it isn't, it's only in America, I'm not going to be able to make this one. So what do you all think about Disney not providing a teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 9? Let me know in the comments below, and if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and turn on your notifications. And if you didn't like this video, let us know why in the comments below, and I'll take your feedback on board. Thanks for stopping by, and may the Force be with you always.